नगर से हम प्रस्तुत कर रहे हैं अपने जनपद का एक रूपांतरण पहल जो शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में की गई है। एक ब्रीफ इंट्रोडक्शन देना चाहूंगी आप सभी को कि जैसा हम सब जानते हैं कि सरकारी विद्यालय हमेशा से हमारे गौरव का विषय रहे हैं, और अगर हम अपने दिमाग में किसी भी सरकारी विद्यालय की एक छवि बनाते हैं तो हमें दिमाग में सबसे पहले क्या आता है कि कुछ स्कूल्स की बिल्डिंग होंगी, कुछ बच्चे होंगे, कुछ अध्यापक पढ़ा रहे होंगे, और हम वहां पर एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं क्वालिटी एजुकेशन, वो चाहे इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर से रिलेटेड हो चाहे वो एकेडमिक से रिलेटेड हो। तो जब हमारा प्रोजेक्ट स्टार्ट होता है तो हम सबसे पहले जो पुरानी व्यवस्था थी या जो प्रचलित व्यवस्था थी उस पर फोकस कर रहे थे, जिसमें हमने देखा कि वर्तमान में विद्यालयों की स्थिति क्या है। उसके साथ कुछ चीजों पे हमने बहुत ज्यादा ध्यान दिया, जैसे साफ पानी, वहां पर टॉयलेट्स और हाइजीन की व्यवस्था क्या थी, हम एकेडमिक क्षेत्र में क्या अच्छा कर सकते थे, क्या प्रयास कर सकते थे, जिनको लेके हम आगे चले। और हमने जो अपना टारगेट डिसाइड किया वो क्वालिटी एजुकेशन, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को अपग्रेड करते हुए, और उसके साथ साथ ही हमारी जो टीचिंग लर्निंग एड्स होंगी उनको किस तरीके से हम स्टार्ट करेंगे और किस तरीके से उनको दिखाया जाएगा। इसके बाद ऐसा नहीं था कि इस क्षेत्र में काम नहीं हो रहे थे, तो हम लोगों ने देखा कि हमें काम करना था क्वालिटी एजुकेशन के साथ साथ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट पे भी। अब सबसे ज्यादा जरूरत पड़ी जब हमें किसी काम को करना होता है तो फंड्स की जरूरत होती है। ऐसा नहीं था कि कॉर्पोरेट सोशल एक्टिविटीज में काम नहीं हो रहे थे, लेकिन वो काम चैनलाइज नहीं थे और एक स्ट्रीमलाइन नहीं थे। तो हम लोगों ने प्लान किया डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ने कि हम CSR यानी कि कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज, और इसके साथ साथ एक और टर्म को जोड़ा गया MSR यानी कि माई सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज। डिस्ट्रिक्ट प्लान को यूज किया गया, डिस्ट्रिक्ट के अनटाइड फंड को यूज किया गया, कुछ इंडिविजुअल्स भी थे जो बिजनेसमैन थे या फिर जो पॉलिटिकल लीडर्स थे या जो अच्छी सेवाओं से रिटायर्ड पर्सन हमारे थे, जिनको हमने अप्रोच किया और उनको मोटिवेट किया कि वो हमारे स्कूल्स में काम करें। इसके बाद इन फंड्स को चैनलाइज किया गया, और चैनलाइज करने के बाद एक ड्राफ्ट तैयार किया गया हम किस तरीके से इस पे काम करेंगे। हमने कंपनीज और एनजीओस को अग्री किया कि वो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के साथ साथ हमें एकेडमिक सपोर्ट भी देंगे, जिससे हमारा ह्यूमन रिसोर्स बढ़ेगा। अभी हम जनपद उधम सिंह नगर में वर्तमान में 1109 जी, तो अभी हम 149 स्कूलों में ये काम अपना पूरा कर चुके हैं। 60,000 से ज्यादा बच्चे और 2400 से ज्यादा जो हमारे शिक्षक हैं उनको हम लाभान्वित कर चुके हैं। हमारी जो स्ट्रेटेजी रहती है वो कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज के अंतर्गत जो हमारी कॉर्पोरेट कंपनीज हैं उनको हम उन डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन एजुकेशन डिपार्टमेंट के साथ उनका MOU कराते हैं, जो MOU एज पर देयर बजट 5 साल, 10 साल या 15 साल के लिए हो सकता है। जो हमारा एक बहुमुखी आयाम जिसको हम लेते हैं कि हम इस कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज के अंतर्गत या जो भी MSR के अंतर्गत काम कराएंगे उसमें हम कोशिश करते हैं कि हम सबसे पहले तो जो हमारे सरकारी विद्यालयों में आने वाले बच्चे हैं उनका इनरोलमेंट हम इंक्रीज करेंगे। जो बच्चे विद्यालय में आ रहे हैं वो लगातार आए, उनकी अनुपस्थिति का रेट कम हो, उनका रिटेंशन रेट डेवलपमेंट करते हैं। उसके साथ ही जो विद्यालय प्रबंध समिति होती है, स्कूल मैनेजमेंट कमेटी, उनके जो योगदान है उसकी वृद्धि के लिए काम करते हैं, जिसके साथ जब ये सारी चीजें हमें मिल जाती है तो हमारा जो लर्निंग आउटकम है वो डेफिनेटली इंप्रूव होते हैं, और जिस कारण हमारा PTR इंक्रीज होता है। मैं एक विजुअल आप लोगों को दिखाना चाहूंगी जिसमें ये हमारे सरकारी स्कूल्स हैं। एक जो परिकल्पना होती है कि ये हमेशा इस तरह जो अच्छे स्कूल तैयार होते हैं वो निजी सेक्टर में होते हैं, लेकिन ये मैं आपको अपने जनपद उधम सिंह नगर के विद्यालय दिखा रही हूँ। ये हमारा GPS रमपुरा काशीपुर हमारा विकास खंड है, वहां के स्कूल है। नीचे GPS ललपुरी गदरपुर का मैं स्कूल दिखा रही हूँ, जिसमें हम देख रहे हैं कि हमने अपनी क्लासेस को इतना इंटरैक्टिव बना दिया है जो सबसे पहले कि हमारे बच्चे विद्यालय में आए, अट्रैक्ट हो और उनका जो डेली आना है यानी कि उनका रिटेंशन रेट बढ़े। एक और मैं आपको दिखा रही हूँ, ये हमारी स्मार्ट क्लास है। स्मार्ट क्लास में हमने मैथ्स की स्मार्ट क्लासेस बनाई हैं, लैंग्वेज की स्मार्ट क्लासेस बनाई हैं, और जो हमारे सिस्टम्स हैं वो प्री लोडेड हैं कंटेंट के साथ। एक और मैं आपको दिखाऊंगी, ये हमारी मैथ्स लैब है।
मिस गुंजन, सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट, आपके विजुअल्स तो दिखाई नहीं दे रहे हैं। आपका तो प्रोजेक्ट इम्प्लीमेंटेशन वाली स्लाइड ही पे ही हो आप जी। मूव करिए जरा स्लाइड दोबारा।
सर अभी दिख रहा है सर?
नहीं, अभी नहीं दिख रहा है जी।
1 मिनट सर। ओके सर। सर ये हमारी स्मार्ट क्लासेस हैं। जैसा कि मैंने आपको बताया कि हमारे जो ये सिस्टम्स हैं ये ऑलरेडी प्री लोडेड हैं कंटेंट के साथ। इसमें हमारी इंग्लिश लैब है, मैथमेटिक्स लैब है, ये मैथ्स लैब का एक फोटो है। ये सब कुछ सर जो इंफ्रा रेडी किया गया ये ऑलरेडी जो हमारे सरकारी विद्यालय हैं उन्हीं में किया गया है। ये हमारा जीपीएस रामपुरा, काशीपुर, जीपीएस रविंद्र नगर, रुद्रपुर का एक और स्मार्ट क्लास में आपको दिखा रही हूँ। हमने इसमें एलईडी टीवी लगवाए हैं और उनमें जो हमारे एनसीईआरटी का जो हमारा कंटेंट है वो 1 to 12th क्लास के लिए लोड किया गया है। और यहाँ पर कैमरा, यूपीएस, माइक्रोफोन, ये सारी चीजें लोड की गई है। ऐसा नहीं था कि जब हम लोग काम कर रहे थे तो हमें बहुत ज्यादा आसानी रही और हम आसान से इस प्रोजेक्ट को कर पाए। बहुत सारी दिक्कतें हमें आई थी सर, जिसमें मेनली ये था कि हम लोग जब अपने सीएसआर को फोर्स कर रहे थे, सीएसआर ऑलरेडी काम कर रहे थे लेकिन वो फिक्स नहीं था। जैसा कि मैंने बताया कि डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के साथ हम लोगों ने उनका एमओयू किया 5 साल, 10 साल, 15 साल, और अब हम प्रयासरत हैं कि हम उनको लाइफ टाइम के लिए किसी मोटिवेट करके किसी प्रोजेक्ट में हम उनको लॉन्च करवाएं। सबसे बड़ी जरूरत थी कि हम लोग इनको मोटिवेट करते। सीएसआर के फंड्स को चैनलाइज करना, ये नहीं कि कहीं पर डुप्लीकेसी हो रही थी। अगर एक फर्म, एक सीएसआर किसी एक स्कूल में काम कर रही थी तो हमने उनको पूरा स्कूल अडॉप्ट करवाया स्कूल एडॉप्शन प्रोग्राम में, और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर से लेकर एकेडमिक सारे अपलिफ्टमेंट के लिए उनको रिस्पॉन्सिबल किया। इसके साथ ही साथ हमने एमएसआर को भी एग्जीक्यूट किया। हमारे बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग थे जो बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे थे और उनको मोटिवेट करने की जरूरत थी, उन्हें स्क्रीन में लाने की जरूरत थी, जिन्हें लाया गया। और माय सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज के अंतर्गत उन्होंने अपना एकेडमिक योगदान दिया, फंड्स हमें दिए जिससे हम स्कूल्स को इंटरैक्टिव बना सके। हमने स्कूल्स की बिल्डिंग्स को एज ए लर्निंग एड तैयार किया है। इसके साथ ही हमारा जो वर्क था, जो हम काम कर रहे थे, उसको मॉनिटर करने के लिए डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में हमारे डीएम सर या फिर उनके नॉमिनेटेड मेंबर के द्वारा इसकी मॉनिटरिंग की जाती है। एजुकेशन डिपार्टमेंट में ब्लॉक लेवल ऑफिसर्स और स्कूल के प्रिंसिपल को रिस्पॉन्सिबल बनाया जाता है। पहले जैसा कि मैंने बताया कि कोई प्रॉपर पॉलिसी नहीं थी, इसलिए हमने इसको एमओयू किया और सारे वर्क को डॉक्यूमेंटेशन किया। हमारे पास सर सारी पिक्चर्स हैं कि पहले हम जब काम स्टार्ट कर रहे थे तो स्कूल की स्थिति कैसी थी और आफ्टर द इम्प्लीमेंटेशन ऑफ दिस प्रोजेक्ट हमारे स्कूल कैसे हो गए हैं। सीएसआर जो काम स्टार्ट किया गया वो 2017 से सर स्टार्ट किया गया था, जिसमें पहले कंपनीज को मोटिवेट करना, उसके बाद उनको जो स्कूल्स अलॉटमेंट का काम था। जैसा कि मैंने बताया कि 1109 स्कूल्स में से हम 528 स्कूल को कंपनीज को अलॉट कर चुके हैं। 52 से अधिक कंपनियां हमारे साथ काम कर रही हैं, जिसमें जो मुख्यतः कंपनियां हैं अशोका लेलैंड, जानकी देवी बजाज, पॉलीफाइबर, ब्रिटानिया आदि कंपनी हमारे साथ काम कर रही हैं। इंपॉर्टेंट हुआ है कि हम अपने स्कूल के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के साथ साथ जो लर्निंग अवेलेबिलिटी है बच्चों को प्रोवाइड करा पा रहे हैं। बहुत सारे ऐसी कंपनीज थी जो पहले लोकल एरिया को कवर करना चाहती थी, हमने मोटिवेट करके जो हमारे इंटीरियर के स्कूल्स थे वहां पर एक्सेस बनवाई है इन कंपनीज को, इनको वहां लेकर गए हैं और जितने लोकल के बच्चे थे उन सबको प्रभावित करने की कोशिश करी है। स्कूल्स की बिल्डिंग अट्रैक्टिव बन गई है, बच्चे जो चाहते थे, टीचर्स का सपोर्ट बच्चों को मिल रहा है। ये कुछ बिल्डिंग्स हैं, ये कुछ फोटोग्राफ्स हैं जो हमने सीएसआर में स्कूल्स तैयार करे हैं। थीमेटिक पेंटिंग हमारी हर क्लास बोलती है, हर क्लास में जो भी बच्चा आता है वो इन चीजों को देखता है और उसका एकेडमिक अपने आप ही बढ़ता है। बिल्डिंग्स की जो हमारी स्कूल बिल्डिंग है उनकी जो दीवारें हैं उनको कुछ इस तरीके से तैयार किया गया है कि हर एक बिल्डिंग एक सब्जेक्ट की नॉलेज बच्चों को दे रही है। हमारे पूरे डिस्ट्रिक्ट उधम सिंह नगर का, उत्तराखंड का और भारत की जो इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें हैं वो हमने इस पे प्रिंट करवाई हैं ताकि बच्चे उन्हें आते जाते देखें और उनके एकेडमिक में लगातार विकास हो। ये एक इंटरैक्टिव क्लासरूम है, फर्नीचर से क्लासेस को सजाया गया है, डिफरेंट जो कलर्स हैं उनसे क्लासरूम को एट्रैक्टिव बनाया गया है। और इसके साथ ही हम लोगों ने कंपनीज को भी इसके लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल बनाया। मैं आपको बताना चाहती हूँ कि हमारी जो कंपनीज हमारे साथ काम कर रही हैं उनके साथ हमने अपने स्कूल्स की भी शेयरिंग रखी है, जिसमें हम लोग स्कूल्स का 1% का कुछ शेयर, जैसे कि मैं एक एग्जांपल देना चाहूंगी, जानकी देवी बजाज से हमने काम कराया है और उसमें हम अपनी कम्युनिटी का 10% अपनी सोसाइटी से या हमारे स्कूल की फंड से अरेंज करते हैं। 90% हमारे कंपनीज का होता है और 10% हमारा अपना फंड्स होता है। इससे एक म्यूचुअल अंडरस्टैंडिंग बनती है और जो ओनरशिप की फीलिंग है वो आती है। और जो स्कूल टाइम के बाद जो स्कूल की सेफ्टी है, सिक्योरिटी है, वो सारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी वहां के आसपास के लोग, जो कम्युनिटी है, वो देती है। और इस तरीके से जो चीजें हमने बनाई है वो मेंटेन रहती हैं। थैंक यू सर।
Yeah, this is a very good initiative. Actually focusing on the quality of education. हम लोग सारे infrastructure तो बढ़ा लेते हैं, but the way you have roped in the community along with the CSR companies, that's very good. And through a MOU, it is kind of a binding for everybody. So well done. Now you have been doing it since 2017. That's what you are saying.
Yes, ma'am.
So have you seen any improvement in the quality of education? कमरे तो बहुत अच्छे दिख रहे हैं, अट्रैक्टिव है, स्कूल आने का मन करेगा, सो ड्रॉप आउट रेट थोड़ा कम हो सकता है because children will want to come. But about their education quality, have you seen any improvement in the results or anything else?
बिल्कुल मैम, बिल्कुल। जैसा कि मैंने बताया, क्योंकि मैम सबसे पहली जो बात होती है जब हम स्कूल में जाते हैं तो छोटा बच्चा, क्योंकि हम लोग नर्सरी क्लासेस से स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं मैम, हमने आंगनवाड़ी तैयार करी है, बाल वाटिकाएं तैयार करी हैं, और स्पेशली सर जनपद उधम सिंह नगर एक थीम लेके चल रहा है, सरकारी विद्यालय मेरा गौरव। तो बच्चे जब हमारे पास आते हैं, हम समर्पित होते हैं उनके अकादमिक डेवलपमेंट के लिए। और मैम वास्तव में हमने एकेडमिक डेवलपमेंट देखा है, क्योंकि हमारे बच्चे जवाहर नवोदय की परीक्षाओं में निकल रहे हैं, सैनिक स्कूल की परीक्षाओं में निकल रहे हैं। और मैम अभी मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगी, हमारा एक रिसेंट एग्जांपल है, केबीसी का एक प्रोग्राम होता है मैम, जो 2 अक्टूबर को अमिताभ बच्चन जी ने ऑर्गेनाइज किया था, और उसमें मैम जनपद उधम सिंह नगर का एक बच्चा अमित, अगर आप लोगों में से किसी ने वो प्रोग्राम देखा होगा तो उसने पार्टिसिपेट किया था। तो मैम वो अपने, उससे पहले एक डेटॉल का ओलंपियाड हुआ था, उसमें वो सेलेक्ट हुआ था, वो एक जनरल नॉलेज का एग्जाम था मैम। तो आई थिंक ये एक बहुत अच्छा एग्जाम्पल है आपको ये बताने के लिए कि हाँ, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के साथ साथ एकेडमिक में भी एज वेल एज काम हो रहा है मैम।
Very good. Quite impressive. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, Miss Gunjan, a picture is 1,000 words. आपने बहुत अच्छे विजुअल्स बनाए हैं, और इनको देख करके लगता है कि क्वालिटेटिव और क्वांटिटेटिव दोनों इम्प्रूवमेंट हुए हैं आपके स्कूल्स में। ऑल दी अप्रिशिएशन फॉर द गुड वर्क। आप और आपके डीएम साहब जो है ना, बीच बीच में रेगुलर विजिट किया करो ऐसे स्कूल्स का, ताकि लोगों का मोटिवेशन जो है ना बना रहे।
जी सर।
बच्चों को भी मोटिवेशन। मैं भी जब बहुत छोटा था तो हमारे स्कूल में डिप्टी इंस्पेक्टर वगैरह आते थे, तो काफी कुछ तैयारी होती थी, तो बच्चों को थोड़ा सा मोटिवेशन बना रहता है। दूसरा एक जो है ना, जो साइंस के ओरिएंटेशन देने के लिए हम लोगों ने नीति आयोग में भी एक बार एक डिस्कशन में सजेस्ट किया था कि भाई जो अच्छे अच्छे हमारे साइंटिस्ट्स हैं, उनके भी फोटोज जो है ना स्कूल्स में लगाए जाएं, ताकि लैब्स में लगाए जाएं, ताकि बच्चों को प्रोत्साहन मिले कि हमको भी इन जैसा ही बनना है।
जी सर। जी,
तो वो भी आप कंसिडर कर सकते हैं।
जी सर। जी, नोटेड सर।
थैंक यू मैम। थैंक यू।
You know that the government of India, as well as government of Uttarakhand, they are taking many steps in for e-governance. And sir, in this direction, the district magistrate of Udham Singh Nagar, Shri Yugal Kishore Pant sir, he took a very new transforming initiative of e-Samadhan Chaupal. Here, the officials at the district level, at the block level, panchayat level, the representatives of people, and they come on one platform through Google Meet, and this is how the administration is listening to the grievances of people and solving them. Sir, this is the sequence in which my presentation will go. I'll give a brief background of how we thought about the project and with what objectives we started, and how we implemented the project. I'll also give the progress report, that how it has been able to solve people's problem, and during the implementation, what challenges came in front of us, and what is the future roadmap for our project. Sir, as we know that Uttarakhand is a hilly state with a very unique geography and with very difficult terrain. So it becomes very difficult for people to commute and to come to the offices with their grievances. But sir, at the same time, we know that internet has penetrated the lengths and breadths of the country. It has gone to the interior parts of the nation. Sir, we know that the workload on the administration has increased a lot, with multifold increase in the population, and also the nature of the problems, it has become very complex. So there is need of coordination of the departments, that they are talking to each other in real time to solve the grievances of people. So keeping these things in mind, we thought that the service, it has to be equally accessible to people. It is affordable for people, and at the same time, it is available for people. Not that
with so many workload on the administration, it is not available to people. At the same time, sir, we kept in mind that it is also efficient as well as transparent. And we know that these are also the pillars for effective service delivery. Further, sir, for the project implementation, the first thing that we thought was the very first step would be that we have internet connectivity in the rural and remote areas of the district. So very much thanks to the BharatNet initiative of the Government of India, which was implemented in mission mode to connect the 2.5 lakh gram panchayats with the high-speed internet. And this is how we, most of the places, the interior areas were connected with the internet. And sir, we started the project on the pilot basis. We selected the Jaspur Tehsil, and on the very first implementation, we received 23 complaints. In those 23 complaints, we realized that 6 women had participated. Although it was a small number, but somehow it was very much encouraging and motivating. Also, sir, we saw that people from different sections had participated. So our goal of inclusivity was coming to real. And at the same time, we saw that some of the problems we were able to solve on the spot. So through feedback mechanism, we realized that people are very happy about it, because people can see that administration is coming to them, they're listening to their grievances and also giving them with quick and monitored solutions, the time-bound solutions. Also, sir, we also realized that this initiative is very cost effective. It is saving time and money of people. On the administrative part as well, we saw that it is saving the cost of the administration as well as time. And sir, more so, we saw participation of the elderly, of women, of differently able. So it was very inclusive. And sir, the most important thing was it was bringing the people's faith on administration. And I believe that was the most fruitful thing from this initiative. Sir, we did not stop there. We are documenting this. We are keeping a record of all the complaints that have come. And sir, also we are monitoring the unresolved issues. Sir, before conducting the next Chopal, we are taking a brief of what has happened to the unresolved problem of the previous ones. So from the data, we can see that about 70% of the problems have been resolved till now. And more than 40% participation of female is there in the Chopals. Even sir, we have not stopped here. We are analyzing this data category-wise to find out the gaps in between the different departments, what are the systemic issues, so that dedicated resources can be directed and channelized to resolve the issue. So for example, in the latest Chopal that was conducted in Nanak Matta, sir, there were 10 problems of PM Kisan. So at that very moment, sir, the Chief Agriculture Officer, he was asked to look into the issues. And while we were listening to the other problems, he reported us in like 30 minutes about the issues, about the detailed report. And many of the problems were related to KYC. And now since we know that the Aadhaar seeding payment is done, so some of the payments were done to the other linked accounts of the people. So a detailed report about all the 10 issues came up like in half an hour, and on the spot resolution of these problems was done. So to quote another example, sir, there we also had 4 problems which were related to old age pension scheme. Sir, then we also had the district social welfare officer with us. So he was able to resolve the issue on the spot at that very moment. So even we have not stopped here. We are analyzing this data village-wise also, so that we have the data and information on what all specific problems are there in the villages. So for example, in one of the villages, we got many problems related to ration card. So it has been proposed to do a detailed survey in that village so that this problem is being addressed. So ma'am, this is a classic example of the e-governance, we can say, wherein the resources, leveraging the technology, processes are coming together, coordinating and talking to each other to solve the people's problem. And it is going to be a success, as we know, with the more and more participation of people. During the implementation, we face certain challenges. As we know, the number of villages is very large. Right now, we have 656 revenue villages, and so going with this pace, it's going to take more time to cover these villages. So, since we know if a problem is very big, we just try to divide it into small parts. So my suggestion was to have mini e-samathan chowpals at the district or tehsil level, block or tehsil level, so that more and more villages can be covered. We also know that chowpal is not a new thing. It was in existence since very previous time our administration was running. But this e-chowpal is actually bringing the human touch with the technology to solve more and more problems. Initially, it was slightly difficult to bring all the departments on one platform at one time. However, when they saw the exponential results and the feedback of people who are very happy, and the coordination that the departments could get from each other, so they have also come up and they are also coordinating with this. And since now this has been institutionalized, like for Saturday, every Saturday 3 o'clock, this chowpal is being conducted. So this institutionalization has also helped to overcome this challenge. And so initially, when we were starting this e-chowpal, so we realized that there is some initial inertia for the officials as well as for the people to go online. But gradually, when they saw that yes, their problems are being solved, and the satisfaction that officials were getting from solving those problems, that was very much motivating to come ahead to adopt this initiative. Sir, our future roadmap is, as we know, for the success of any of the government program or scheme, it is more important that more and more people participate. So our aim is to make it more and more participatory. Right now, when we are getting 40 problems during one chowpal, our aim is to get 70 problems and resolve more and more problems. Sir, also, since we are analyzing the data, our aim is that this data, once it is analyzed, it is being used for data-driven policies. For example, that we have decided for the survey in the village. So these kind of specific area projects we want to implement so that the village level development can be done. Also, sir, in this direction, we are conducting the training of the officials and also of the people, representatives of people, for their adaptability to the digital mode. So our aim is that this initiative will bridge the gap, geographical gap, with very simple tool just like Google Meet, and bring the administration close to people at the doorstep, and it will lead to the development of the region. Sir, although we know that this is very popular like Zoom meetings or Google meetings, but this has somehow remained to the offices and meetings like ours. It has not reached the rural population. And my question is why they are being denied. So not that I'm advertising for Google Meet or something like this kind of platform, but sir, I believe that the change that or the difference that it is able to bring in the lives of people, it is very big, and that is what is more important. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Well, it's very good initiative, especially when you are able to bring the women into this 40% increase in the women participation and all that. But one thing I just want to point out that
yes, ma'am.
E-Samadhan Chowpal, not irrespective of the name, in principle, this has been done by many districts, many states, and being done for ages, maybe for last 10 years or 15 years like that.
Yes,
some people call it as grievance solution, grievance portal, and then the entire district focuses on problem through Zoom, Google Meet, or whatever video conferencing. Google and Zoom came now, but through video conferencing at the district level, and now because the panchayats were having the facility through rural development and Panchayati Raj Government of India initiatives, many of the GPs are having this kind of infrastructure for quite some time now. So when you started doing this, I'm not saying why you did that. What I'm saying is when you started doing this, did you study some of the other leading districts where such kind of activities were going on and take their good points and the best practices to follow in yours?
Ma'am, when we studied the other projects that were being implemented, what we saw was it was not while I studied it, we saw that it was not being used to connect the very rural and inaccessible areas where we saw, because somehow the internet connectivity had not penetrated. And also, ma'am, the information analysis was not being done. So this is where we are actually working a lot, wherein we are collecting the data, documenting it, and also keeping a regular monitor over that, so that we bring in more efficiency and transparency. So this is one area where we feel that this initiative is unique in this sense.
Data collection is happening everywhere, but analysis is something you are doing that is little out of ordinary. So I think that's a good practice. But can you tell us, by analyzing this data,
yes,
have you been able to reduce say a particular type of complaint, or improve the service delivery or something like that? Just an example.
Ma'am, when we started, the major problem that was coming was of the pension and the ration. So, ma'am, this has reduced drastically, but now new kind of problems we are able to see. Like initially, we were getting more of pension and ration card problems. Now we are getting more of, ma'am, this PM Kisan problem, and then land-related problem, the road problems.
That's okay. I'm not talking about the area. That is very simple. One can find out how many complaints for which department and all that.
Right, ma'am.
But what I'm trying to say is, like when you are analyzing the data, for example, when you are talking about the DBT,
yes,
either for the, it can go for any scheme. A lot of
right,
people who complain, and which we have seen. The reason I'm saying this is something I have seen in many places where I have gone to see physical this kind of meetings. And we find that a lot of people complain that, say, for example, NREGA, which is one of the oldest schemes. So they say our NREGA payment has not come. Whereas
right,
the Department of Rural Development claims that 97% of the payments are done within 15 days or something, as per the mandate of the Act. So when these people complain, and in such a meeting, the question, you have to ask questions, when I'm saying analyzing, you ask questions, and then it was found that a person can have 2-3 passbooks.
right, ma'am.
And you rightly pointed out that because DBT happens through Aadhaar enabled platform, the particular bank account which is linked to the Aadhaar may or may not be the one the person is looking into. So what happens is, I'm looking into one passbook and money has not been deposited, whereas my other account has been linked with Aadhaar. So money gets deposited in that account. And people do not know about it because they are not always looking into each of them.
Right, ma'am.
So this is like, and then you can advise them, look, you have to check the account in which Aadhaar linkage is happening.
Yes, ma'am.
So what I'm trying to say is, by analyzing the problems, you can come out with solution, and the repeated problems can be resolved in one go.
Right,
so
ma'am.
Have you done that?
Ma'am, for the Aadhaar seeded things, ma'am, when it came last time,
Okay.
ma'am.
That is just an example I gave for DBT, but you
Yes,
can
ma'am.
do for anything.
Yes, ma'am, it was coming in NREGA as well as it came in PM Kisan also. Like it is a particular problem which is related to DBT. So, ma'am, villagers have been informed about it, that this kind of payments are being done, and then the Aadhaar seeded bank account will get the payment. So, in this manner, ma'am, we are able to resolve this issue, ma'am.
No, so have you found reduction in the number of complaints or grievances?
Ma'am, actually, this problem came a week ago only. So actually, in the next,
fine. I'm just trying to tell you that this is the way you can go forward.
Right, ma'am. Right, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
मिस्टर अनामिका जी, आपका प्रयास बहुत अच्छा है और इसको काफी डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स ने, काफी स्टेट्स ने इम्प्लीमेंट भी किया है। इसमें दो मेरे ऑब्जर्वेशन है। एक तो यह है कि जब कोई डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म पर अपनी कंप्लेंट रजिस्टर करता है तो उसको कितने टाइम बाद में एक्नॉलेजमेंट मिल जाता है या कोई इंटरिम रिप्लाई जाता है। नंबर टू इससे भी ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है, वो ये है कि मान लिया कि किसी डिपार्टमेंट के हेड को वो कंप्लेंट चली गई, उसने क्या किया कि नीचे वाले को मार्क कर दिया, एक ऑफिशियल लेटर भी लगा दिया कि भाई आप इसको अटेंड करो, और अपने एंड पे लिख दिया डिसमिस्ड या रिजोल्व। वास्तव में रिजोल्व नहीं हुई। रिजोल्व वो इशू तब होनी चाहिए जब तक कि जो कंप्लेनेंट है उसका फीडबैक उसके ऊपर ना आ जाए, तभी वो क्लोज होनी चाहिए, अदरवाइज ऐसे नहीं होनी चाहिए। तमिलनाडु, केरल, Karnataka, they have implemented it.
Yes,
So
sir.
what is your
Sir,
take
this
on that?
point is being noted. Sir, this point is being noted by our DM, sir. And sir, we actually take the feedback from the complainant in the next week itself. While we are conducting the next Chopal, we just try to, sir, we do this review of the unresolved complaints, and we actually take the confirmation from the complainant only if the problem has been resolved or not. So, sir, this thing, sir,
नहीं, हाँ, ठीक है, लेकिन कंप्लेनेंट की भी एक ऑब्लिगेशन है कि जब वो कंप्लेंट करता है तो ठीक है, आपके पास चला आया, जब उसकी कंप्लेंट हो गई, रिजोल्व होगी, वास्तव में रिजोल्व होगी, तो वो चुपचाप बैठ जाता है। तो उसको भी ऑब्लिगेशन होना चाहिए कि वो इसके ऊपर रजिस्टर करे, अपनी फीडबैक दे, एटलीस्ट ये तो कहे भाई यस आई एम सेटिस्फाइड, नॉट सेटिस्फाइड, वेदर द इशू हैज बीन डन और नॉट। ये नहीं कि जी उसका काम हो गया तो वो चुपचाप बैठ जाए। तो ये भी इंटीग्रेट कर सकते हैं।
yes, sir, definitely, sir.
डेफिनेटली, अदरवाइज तो आपका जो हेल्पलाइन सेंटर है या जो केयर सेंटर है वो तो फिर टेलीफोन करता ही रह जाएगा।
Right, sir. Sir,
वो भी
actually,
एनालिटिक्स में आपको हेल्प करेगा।
yes, sir. So we have the CM helpline which is online, which is registered on the online portal. But sir, it is sir उससे ही थोड़ा सा different है in that sense कि sir जैसे helpline में sir वो human touch नहीं होता है, यहाँ पर वो human touch आ रहा है, and we are in regular touch with the complainant till the time his or her problem is being resolved. Sir, I personally follow with them for their problems. And sir, when I started it as a trainee, sir, the very first problem that I got in my hand was the prosthetic leg. Sir, I had to arrange for an old person. And sir, that very small thing that when I was able to do in, like, it took time, sir, a month's time. But sir, I followed it up. So we are actually keeping this in mind to follow up with the complainants so that their problems are solved, sir.
Thank you, please.
Thank you so much, sir.
It is, yeah, I really appreciate the kind of care you have taken to ensure that things are happening. But you know, this is the beginning. You have got only 20 villages connected. So you are able to personally follow it up. But when you go up for all the blocks, all the villages and do this, and people awareness goes up, so more and more complaints will come, it will not be possible. Physically, it will not be possible for you to do it personally. So what Sharmaji is telling, that you have to institutionalize that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
so that what happens is, when somebody makes a complaint and you think or the department tells on the portal itself saying that this has been resolved, somebody should follow it up with the complainant and give them a week or so to give a feedback, which nobody does. Actually, we always complain, but when the complaint is resolved, we never say thank you. We don't say that. That culture is not in us. So somebody should follow up, asking them whether it has been complaint has been addressed to and they satisfied. And then you can probably put there as 1, 2, 3, like satisfied or not satisfied. Like the department may say that we have completed, but the complainant may not be satisfied with the grievance redress.
Quality of services.
So you can put that 1, 2, 3 like that. It's satisfied, not satisfied, or partially addressed. Those kind of things, which we can analyze and also monitor the departments which are giving the kind of feedback.
Okay,
that is the service delivery improvement, quality of.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Definitely,
okay.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Full screen मत करो, full मत करो. इस स्कीम के बारे में मैं बताऊंगी. It was conceptualized to meet the need and requirement of protein and calorie to improve the nutritional and health status of children in age group 6 months to 6 years and pregnant and lactating mothers. So ICD scheme was launched with this purpose only. And then we had some data also showing that children were underweight and stunting. NFHS and CNNS had revealed that 25 to 35% children are suffering from underweight and stunting. So with those principles in mind, we had started this scheme to improve the general status of health and nutrition of children and mothers. Government of Haryana took a decision that we should supplement the existing SNP program with skimmed flavored milk for the beneficiaries of each Anganwadi center in Haryana. So main aim of our scheme was to improve the nutritional requirement and to improve the health status of the children as well as mothers. And objective of the scheme was to mitigate the deficiency of vitamin A, vitamin D3. Skimmed flavored milk will be distributed at least 300 days per year per beneficiary in each Anganwadi center in Haryana. To achieve the aims and objectives, the scheme was launched by our Honorable Chief Minister on 5th August 2020 with a budget outlay of 200 crores. This is a state scheme. And in this scheme, 200 ml of fortified skimmed powder milk in 6 flavors and very delicious ones, rose, elaichi, chocolate, vanilla, butterscotch, and plain milk also, that is provided to the beneficiaries for 6 days in a given week. And the skimmed milk is a rich source of protein, calorie, calcium, magnesium, B12, numerous other micronutrients also, in addition to vitamin A and D. So we have the data of our position in our state. We have total districts 22, number of ICDS blocks we have 148, and number of Anganwadi centers we have 25,962. And beneficiaries of the scheme, which we had identified at that time, children from 1 year to 6 years, 9.23 lakhs, pregnant and lactated mothers 2.8 lakh, and total is 32.1 lakhs. So these all have been benefiting from the schemes. And one plus point we have observed that attendance of children has also increased, and people are also eager, their family are also eager, and children are keen to attend the Anganwadi center, and they find it very interesting. So they have this feeling that we'll be having this milk also. Identification of an experienced and high credential organization or agency for procurement and preservation of milk and its derivatives, having a network up to district headquarters. These are some of the challenges which we have faced. Then to manage the supplies of skimmed powder within a desired time period for all the 25,962 Anganwadi centers spread across the state. And then previously we had to train our staff also, training of Anganwadi workers also in preparation of milk with appropriate texture and composition. Of course, that's not a very difficult thing, but still they had to be trained, making beneficiaries aware of the new milk product. And then we had to involve everyone, PRIs, NGOs, community leaders, for creating awareness and for social audit. So how did we implemented it? An MOU was signed with Haryana Dairy Development Cooperative Federation and Vita to supply the skimmed milk powder. And monthly demand was sent to Haryana Dairy Development Cooperative Federation and Vita. As per the demand, they had to supply the milk powder. Training was imparted to Anganwadi workers and supervisors by the officials of Dairy Development Federation as well as by officials of Vita for the preparation of milk from skimmed powder. Training videos were also circulated amongst the Anganwadi workers, supervisors, and officers of the department for reference in future if any need arises. Then spot feeding demonstrations were also conducted by Anganwadi workers, and PRIs were also roped in for monitoring the distribution of skimmed powder milk. Some of the innovative aspects of the scheme are that convergence of different organizations for public-private PRIs participation for the implementation of the ambitious scheme was there. Then to break the popular myth that milk is available only in liquid form, which was a far bigger challenge for the traditional Haryanvi society to accept the powdered milk. Actually, it was very difficult in the beginning because in Haryana, everybody is used to having liquid form milk. So we had to mobilize support also. We had to persuade them also so that they also take interest. Children also take interest in having this powdered milk. which is actually good in taste also and nutritious also, but past practice was that children were used to having liquid form only. Then behavioral change was to be effected at grassroots level through Anganwadi workers and support PRIs and community leaders. And then supplementation of existing SNP program with skimmed powder milk, which is enriched with vitamin A, D, and numerous other nutrients. Then availability of milk in powdered form for longer shelf life compared to traditional liquid milk without interruption in supply. So some of the efforts were done by the department so that we are able to implement the scheme successfully. Scheme was envisaged by WCD Haryana to supplement the existing SNP program with that of skimmed milk powder to fulfill the need and requirement of proteins, calories, calcium, magnesium, B12, and numerous other micronutrients, and fortification with vitamin A and D3 for the beneficiaries in Anganwadi centers. Proposal of scheme was presented before the Honorable Chief Minister with required inputs, and the same was approved by the government. MOU was signed with HDCCF and Vita for supply of skimmed milk powder at district headquarters and for imparting training to the officers and officials of WCD for preparation of milk from the powder. Anganwadi workers were trained to handle the product of new ambitious scheme. Then PRIs, NGOs, community leaders, all were roped in to create awareness amongst the masses and spread the message of the need of milk for the beneficiaries, which can only be fulfilled by skimmed milk in today's scenario. Then involvement of PRIs and NGOs also ensured the transparency and social audit of the scheme so that the things are actually available to children in Anganwadi centers. Then our scheme launch date was 5th August 2020, as can be seen in the slide. Then target group, the coverage of the targeted population, children below the age of 6 years and pregnant and lactated mothers was a target. Then each beneficiary is provided with 200 ml milk per day for 6 days a week for at least 300 days in a year. More than 9 lakh children and 3 lakh mothers have benefited under this scheme. Then this scheme will hopefully ameliorate the condition of lesser weight and stuntedness or dwarfness. 12.3% population of Haryana below poverty line will be directly benefited for supplementation of protein, vitamin, and other micronutrients on the implementation of Mukhya Mantri Doodh Upahar Yojana. Per capita availability of milk for the targeted group will be ensured through the new scheme. Pre-deployment with post-deployment scenario. We have seen as in the table also that number of children in Anganwadi centers have increased. Percent coverage of children in November 2022 is 94, and in normal grade, moderately underweight 5 and severely underweight 0.1. Then normal grade children have increased in terms of 3.67 percentile. Number of moderately underweight children have decreased to 3.6. Then the new scheme has provided a momentum and stimulus for the beneficiaries in improvement of health indicators after introduction of fortified skimmed milk. Then some of the benefits of the scheme which we have seen, the vulnerable section of the society is the beneficiary of the scheme. NFHS4 and CNNS report revealed that 25 to 35% children are actually suffering from the problem of being underweight and stunting. And to tackle the problem, skimmed milk is fortified with vitamin A and D3 as per the specification of FSSAI. Milk is a complete food in itself and a rich source of protein, calorie, calcium, magnesium, B12, and numerous other micronutrients. Introduction of the skimmed milk has met the need of the above-mentioned proteins and nutrients in the beneficiaries. Visible improvement has been noticed in the improvement of nutritional status indicators of the beneficiaries. The new scheme will surely improve the health of children and mothers who are the targeted population for the scheme. Then there is also a potential for replicability because it's a very, very good scheme providing health benefits to the children. The Mukhyamantri Doodh Upar Yojana of Government of Haryana is an innovative scheme, and it is based on the principle of public-private cooperative participation with the vigorous support of PRIs, community leaders, and NGOs. And the scheme is a good example of sharing of knowledge, resources, and upgrading of human resource in close tandem to realize a social objective through cooperation and participation of different agencies for achieving a common goal. The innovation employed in execution of scheme involving vast network of Anganwadi centers, technical know-how of HDCCF and Vita in procurement, transportation, and preparation of milk from skimmed powder for the ultimate distribution to the beneficiaries. This new scheme has produced an example to be adopted and emulated by other departments also to engage the public and private agencies to achieve a socio-economic and cultural goal to serve the people. And we are very hopeful that it shall achieve all the objectives, as so far we have seen that our scheme has given us very positive results. So that is what I had wanted to share through this presentation.
Well, it's quite innovative in like
Yes,
you are using milk powder to increase the shelf life and all that. That's very good. Anyway, Haryana is always overflowing with milk. That's what we think, traditionally we think. And well, I have got just one question that you have shown that birth weight has, the weight of the children has increased. From 2020 to 2022, in the 2 years, it has increased. What about the mortality rate? Have you made that assessment?
Mortality rate, ma'am, actually that data is with the health department, but we'll certainly have a look at that also.
Because that is another, I mean,
Yes,
normally when we do any study, we all say MMR, this rate are very high. And,
yes, ma'am.
In
Absolutely,
India,
ma'am.
not specifically. So that is something.
We'll be adding that, ma'am, and we'll be.
Yeah, you can see that. Yeah,
absolutely.
I have no other question. Very well done.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Very good presentation. In fact, you have this is a very, very innovative initiative that skimmed fortified milk is being used. We have heard for the first time that such a scheme is being implemented by the WCD department of any state. Excellent work. Thank you, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks for your encouragement.
In fact, I would like to suggest something. Because this is something I don't think anybody else has done, or any other state or anything. At least I don't know. So why don't you prepare a case study and make it
definitely, ma'am.
Popularize it, like you have a lot of Government of India portals where you can popularize as best practice.
Ma'am.
You can also use SKOCH as the platform for you know, showcasing your project.
Right, ma'am. We would also like, ma'am, that other states should also follow this. That's because
that's right.
After all, it is for the benefit of children all over India. So definitely, ma'am,
so
we'll do that.
You should not only use this, you can also use it in other portals. There are so many platforms available.
Yes, ma'am. Health also, ma'am.
Dissemination of your, you know, endeavor.
Yes, ma'am.
So
definitely
please do that, because it's a very good initiative.
We'll be doing that.
Every other state should follow. See,
right now, ma'am.
Better off in terms of milk. What about the states where milk is not available?
Not available. Yes, they can follow it. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so skim powder milk will be a very good option for them.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely, ma'am. That's a very, very good suggestion, and we'll be doing that. Thank you, ma'am.
So, good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. This is Amit Devangan, Proprietor, NIC Chhattisgarh, presenting on behalf of Chhattisgarh Land Records team. led by Mr. Ramesh Sharma. Ma'am, basically this project already under, it is a so to say very long project, 20 years project, old project, but a lot of things has been renovated, a lot of things has been taken care of. The land projects of Chhattisgarh is aiming at making it available online all landed documents authenticated by the signature of Patwaris, so that citizen don't need to roam here and there. Basically, which we wanted is Patwari generally the citizen is not aware of his holdings and all details. Now we have a solution where all PDFs, signed documents are kept online. It is legally valid and it is well integrated with external systems like Revenue Code System, PM Fasal Bima Yojana, NGDRS, Paddy Procurement, Monaksha Agriculture, and more or less the 3800 banks for secured charge creation and withdrawal, so that public should not buy, or public should be aware of while purchasing any property, you should be aware of what the mortgages are there on the property as on today. We have, ma'am, around 5,500 Patwaris in the state and 883 officers having Najul officers and revenue officers all around, and they have already been issued DSCs to sign the PDFs. The citizen, the orders which have been issued for updation of the land records, all are online. Notices are issued online. Everything's are made online, and particularly those records which are not available online, they are covered under Public Seva Guarantee Act, and they are asked to sign the records by next 7 days. The best part is now citizen is any change, like ma'am, any record, any name change or any land area change or any change on a attribute of the land, the citizen is getting an SMS. Now we have an Android app where the public can map his mobile number and Aadhaar number online, and just on clicks of the Patwaris, it will be seeded to the account, and so that immediately any changes who is doing, that will be reflected to the citizen by SMS. Every signed document is uniquely identified, a unique document ID, ma'am, where we have tried to make it unique, so that there will be a QR code, which QR code can only be decoded by our application. So in this way, we are trying to stop the forgery of the documents. And this document is well taken by the sub-registrars or registering authority while registration. It is serving as a milestone, because many documents are sourced at source, it is forged. So now it is being checked online itself. Registrars can just have a scan and just know the document is forged or it is not forged. And the same day the registration is being done, the court hearing date is being given to ma'am. The first day when I'm registering a document, I will be getting a date of on which day one I need to be there at Tehsil office. So this is increasing our potential to monitor the mutation status also. Citizen is having a document where he can see the mutation status where it is lying with. And for the ease of Patwaris while signing the documents, as we know, and on any change we need to sign the documents. The main document, the Khasra document, it is called P11 document. The document has been divided into two parts. One is your regular signature, and another is your term, like every 6 months, the data which has been changed in every 6 months, it has been kept in Khasra part 2, that is Kha, and Kha part is having the real documents which like name, area, and all this. The general attributes which are being changed in every 6 months, they are not to be signed, but the main documents, like the main fields where the number, mobile number, Aadhaar number, and anything is being changed, that has to be signed by the Patwari. The site is accessible at over internet, ma'am. Bhuya, it means land in Chhattisgarhi language. It is platform we are using .NET and SQL Server, hosted at a National Data Center Bhubaneswar with 12 VMs and SAN and object storage. Average hits, it is around 2 lakhs per day. Android mobile app is there with a user base of 10 lakh downloads, ma'am. It is very popular in Chhattisgarh. Everybody is having that details, and I'm very, very happy to share it that during registration of a document, I have personally seen that this document is denied by sub-registrar, and immediately the citizen says, "This is my document. This is the document in my Android app, and you need to sign it." So in this way, sub-registrar cannot, or any person who is trying to pull off, he will not be able to do it. And the best part is all our documents are available, signed and available free of cost, ma'am. Free of cost means really free of cost. People, it is making the best use of a social audit now. Social audit means people suppose doing any mischiefs or whatever they feel, that we have seen number of cases in public are given to minister saying that this particular piece of land was belonging to government land earlier. It was ghas bhumi, and now it has been given to a diverted land. So this way, people are really doing good in this, and very interesting things are being reviewed over whole Play Store. Some statistics I have to give about, ma'am. Total khasra here, it is around 2.4 crore we have. Total khata we have 9 lakhs. Out of them, already 84 lakh khasras are already signed. And the problematic, the 5 lakh, it is always be because due to number of cases and court cases are being taken care of. Official users around 20,000. That is having gram panchayats also. Now the land record is having user access of gram panchayats, user access of patwaris, user access of our revenue officials and bankers. In that way, we have covered around 20,000 users officially, and total revenue codes around 883 revenue codes are there. All are doing online. Even you can see, ma'am, every bit of line of that order sheets they are writing, it is open in public. Public can see it at any moment of time. They are given a single case number is there. Just firing the case number, they can see everything. And it is also there. We have got a mobile app also. And the best part now here is we are saving 20,000 SMS per day cost of land records by using Sandesh app, our NIC app. It's a kind of WhatsApp app, ma'am, where we are using OTP, second factor authentication, and we are saving around 20,000 SMS per day of land records. Problem definition, the basic problem was disconnect of land records with various other departments like registration and revenue code. As I spelled earlier, ma'am, citizen had to run from pillar to post. Like whenever you want to have a V1 document, I have personally seen spending of 5,000 rupees per document. Now it is free. So people are very happy to see that. Land transactions are not transparent earlier. Now it is much transparent, and we are again we are trying to keep as many as logs public. So whatever changes has been done, it will be visible by the public. Manual documents were prone to forgery again. The scanned QR codes is making a very buzzword, ma'am. Now the scanned document can only be scanned by us only, our we app. No other app can decode it. So next is no timeline existed for mutation earlier. Now all things are on paper. Namantran Panji is available online. At any moment of time, citizen can see that this many applications are there in the village, and how many has been rectified, and how many things have been how many mutations have been done, how many notices have been generated, what notices have been generated, what is the final order of the cases. Everything is kept in public. Mutilated land parcel maps not easily accessible, because when I'm seeing to the earlier maps in prior to Bhunaksha, now we have got plotters in every tehsil, and now plotters are being operated by tehsil operators. They are able to take anytime they can scan it and just take a fresh printout of the maps. Updation of the land details in land documents were never easy earlier. Now, due to this solution, integrated with other systems, basically when a land detail is being entered, it is been while the paddy procurement is being done, while the Rajiv Gandhi Nyaya Yojana is being done, or Bhumihin Nyaya Yojana is there, all sources, may it be a national crop insurance portal, may it be soil health card, may it be any part, all are coming to us and having our services ready with us. And we are proud to say that we have got integrated around 18 departments as on date with online with the system. Audit trail is implemented, ma'am. All changes are tracked. Signed QR codes are implemented on all documents for easy verification. Digital signature is implemented for authenticity. Citizen can apply and view the status of the mutation. Notice can be seen online. SMS on every change. Bhunaksha is already there. And outcome is that, ma'am, we have got 1 crore digital signed documents as on date online. This is based on kept on object storage. So there is a no issue of storage is not a problem with us now, ma'am. Earlier we had 70 TB SAN with us. Now we have got sufficient space on NDC, Bhubaneswar. And the best part is the replication is also free to us for in NDC. Citizen do not need to roam around for his own land documents. On the day of property registration itself, the first date of hearing is being given to the respondents. Total satisfaction of the citizen with regard to reliability and accuracy of documents, faster enforcement of our work, increased output of patwari due to elimination of time-consuming manual preparation of khasra 5 sala, ma'am. Earlier the staff was busy with all this documentation itself most of the time. Like I have already also seen that patwari is busy with just for tabling. Now all the tables, whatever the crisis sarani is being taken care of by title and records, all have been generated by our software. And the best part is number of malpractices have been gone down due to increased transparency. Challenges: field staff was earlier reluctant to accept change system due to a number of things. Increasing storage requirement with every newly signed document, ma'am, because as we know, every PDF will cost around 140 KB. So on every change, we have need to generate a new PDF. So it was a challenge. Now the challenge is should we prefer signing of data instead of PDF document? That is our question. How long to preserve the signed document again? That was the question, because now we have been to a court where the court asks us to provide a document which was signed in 2017. So 5 to 6 years already we have got a log of around 18 TB. So that is a question now. Unfair blame game that goes, propaganda and unsure demands. And training to the ground staff is regular, ma'am. We are again, aged patwaris are there. The new batch patwaris are very good. They are accepting the system. But the aged patwaris, they have to keep their assistants with them. Without assistants, they cannot do. Innovations: in-house developed lightweight signing application we have developed, ma'am, wherein we have in seconds the signing application is being done. It was an issue with Java applet while earlier when ma'am was DG, when we take up, and this time we have got our own solution, and document ID and signed QR codes on each document. This can be checked offline. Out of 3 crore, ma'am, National Promises Portal, we are able to remove that false crop insurances being done earlier. System facilitated timely monitoring by Chief Minister to Chief Secretary, and every part, like tehsildars and all have got their own dashboard to monitor the things. Integrated with most of systems like agriculture, paddy procurement, land acquisition, soil health card, agriculture census. And now with the help of CDAC, we have got multilingual support also. We are in a position to convert land records into 22 Indian languages. So that we have to already tested, and it will be just the ribbon has to be cut by CM. That's all. Things are already on job, ma'am. And user-friendly and close to prevailing manual methods of report. Like we have not changed their methods. We have changed our methods instead to facilitate them, so that they will not feel a change that ye naya kya aa gaya, like that. Users, we have got state login, district login, tehsil, gram panchayat, revenue inspectors, patwaris. Like this take is there, ma'am. So the team is there with me now. Ramesh Sharma Sahab, Director Land Records, and under the guidance of V. Srinivas Rao, our NIC head. So this is all from my side, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, excellent. I must say excellent. Chhattisgarh was anyway doing well with land records. But now that you have integrated with so many other applications to make it as a seamless application for a citizen, especially getting loan from the banks, mortgaging is applied, land parcel and all that. That's really very good. And also one more good thing that you have integrated a lot of in-house developed thing like the Sandesh app for reducing the expenditure on SMS. SMS, 1 paisa, 2 paisa per SMS looks very small, but when you are sending lakhs of messages per day, it amounts to crores per month. So at least you are saving that for the department. I think it's overall an excellent project. Very good.
Thank you.
Excellent work, sir. In fact, your success itself is indicated that average hits per day is over 2 lakhs. So
Yes,
it means users are very much satisfied and it is very much convenient to them. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.